out of the way. I think I moved the stuff out of the way. Here's what we do. Do I have the right glasses on? I have the right glasses on. I'm going to make my face smaller so your comments can be bigger so I can. Whoa, not that big. Come on. All right, here we go. Here we go. Late night. Checking it off the list, as it were. Writing down something else on a list, which would be clean grill and put in garage. Garage. That's almost like a word that anybody could pronounce in a Boston accent, right? Does it sound like it? How do you garage? Like, I know I'm from the Boston area, but I don't know how else you would say garage without saying garage. The word of the day, obviously, if anybody wants to. Hey, just really quickly, I see the highs and good evenings. See and hear you. Christine, you read my mind. You're like the great Karnak, right? So thank you. I appreciate that. But garage is an interesting word because it kind of sounds like everybody's got a Boston accent, which could be wicked funny. Good evening, everybody. Love that you can see and hear me. Norel, I hope you got my email. I added you to the Pen Pal Club, and I've made an executive decision because I like acronyms. And so I've decided that the Pen Pal Club, Pen Pal is going to be 2 words, pen and pal, because you can be a pal without the pen, and you can be so PPC also, the Pen Pal Club, like the B-52's Deadbeat Club, right? I gotta listen to that one again. So anywho, how are you? I just came back from a walk. Did I hit my 10,000 steps? Yes, I exceeded my 10,000 steps for the day. Checking that off my list. Crossing it, oh my goodness, you guys. I haven't even done my habit tracker. Have you guys filled out your habit tracker for today? I haven't. Regina, nice to see you. I haven't filled out my habit tracker for today. So therefore, I'm going to take just a moment and I'm going to fill in my habit tracker for the day. Do you use your Destination Decluttered habit tracker? If not, why not take this time to print one, go to the secret page, print one down, and put today's date on it. Wednesday, September 10th. Start it today and put show up for a who am I? Destination Decluttered. Show up for a Destination Decluttered live, and then you can cross in that little box, okay? So I did that yesterday, and I did that today. I did my water number 1. I did my walk number 1. Did I do that one or that one? Nope. Oh well. Oh well. Did I do that one? No, but I wasn't planning on it, so I can do that. Did I do that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did that one. Oh, wait. Okay, I did that one. Okay, well, here, you know what? Close enough. All right. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about what I did and forgiving myself, getting myself off the hook for the things I didn't do. I will endeavor to do better yesterday, and I'm getting comfortable with not being perfect. It is fun when you do the things, and then if you don't, it's also okay. Did I do that yesterday? I did wash my face before I went to bed last night, and I did floss my teeth last night. So there we go. You know what helps you floss your teeth besides dental floss? Is eating something that gets stuck in your teeth. So that's always a motivator for me to do the dental flossing. Kim, nice to see you again. There we go. Hold things lightly, And here's a funny thing, Becky Ridgway, in the opposite kind of, but in a similar vein, when I went out on my evening walk, like it was crappy rainy this morning. Oh, and for any of you who were on the Destination Decluttered TikTok live today, and I was going to stay a little bit later, but then I got a text. It was fine. Oh my God, it was fine. I felt kind of dorky. Okay. So I just want to offer to any of you, I am obviously of a generation, and this may be where I skew, even though I'm OG Gen X, I'm like one of the original planksters, as it were, I am also skewing towards the millennials and the whomevers, because at this point in my life, with the people in my life, we rarely phone call each other. Okay. So if you are dealing with people and it isn't, I'm calling to tell you somebody's sick or dying, please just text. Please just text, because even when you text and say, "Can I talk to you on the phone?" But it was fine. It actually worked out really well, actually. It was a friend. I won't get into the details, but it was a good thing. Yeah. Barbara says corn or mangoes get stuck in your teeth. For me, corn, chicken, any chicken, steak, anything like that. So yeah. Becky Ridgway, I'm digressing all over the place, but I can keep track of me. So hopefully you can keep track of me. You say hold things lightly, which makes me think of hold on loosely, but don't let go. 38 Special, Molly Hatchet, one of those Southern rock bands. But this morning when I was on my evening walk, I had hold on tight to your dreams. And is it dreams plural or dreams singular? By ELO. Okay, it is plural, because why just hang on to one dream? Hang on to all of them. Hold on tight to them. Don't let go. But you know what? You don't need to squish them, right? Don't be like the guy in, what was it, of Mice and Men. Am I all over the place? Did I have caffeine tonight? No. Anyhow, I'm just in a good mood. I hope you're in a good mood too. Did you have a good day? I hope you had a good day. Anything cool anybody wants to report in the comments? I'll give you a moment to type stuff and to reflect, to look in the rearview mirror. Yeah. And reflect in the rearview mirror. What good stuff happened to you today? What good stuff did you make happen? Did you plant any seeds? All righty. Yes, Kim Genrich, for being tenacious. Kim, I remember this actually when you and I were coaching together. So there's an update on the saga with the IRS and my late mother's 2020 tax refund. I got my senator involved, and it has taken 8 months, but I'll be getting it soon. All right, rock on. Rock on. I love it. Don't give up on something you feel important about. Some things, you know what? You can feel good about saying, I don't care, whatever. Other things, grab onto it like a dog with a bone, and don't give up if there is a way to get what you want. Okay. Yay. Okay. Becky is saying it was a hell of a day. Tomorrow will be better. Right. I love that tomorrow will be better. But also, much like we listen to our backseat drivers and listen to what they say, I find it can be really helpful to, even when you're reflecting on the day, to learn about what made it hellish for you, so that perhaps you can avoid that hell in the future. Okay? So, okay. Laura Voorhees says, sadly, no one took any stuff from my free pile. Mwah, mwah, their loss. Okay? Their loss. However, trying to decide what to do next, Laura, how about just donating it someplace tomorrow, right? Or keeping it out for another day. It's up to you. But sometimes, don't take it personally. Do not take it personally. You tried something and it didn't work. Take the emotion out of it and just be curious. Wonder why that is. Not sure, but no big deal. Perhaps I'll donate it. Hey, Cheryl Siegel says the city came and decluttered 2 trees for us today, trimmed them up, and they look awesome. Yay. Hey, that's really good. Kara says, because Kara hasn't been feeling good, Doc listened today. That is important. Having a doctor that listens to you. I am going to the doctor myself tomorrow. I have a good doctor, and I have something I want to have her listen to me about, and I know she's going to do it. Testing, and we have a plan to try a few things, experiment with a few things to relieve the pain. Destination, relive. You don't want to relive the pain. You want to relieve the pain. Okay? Yeah. Um, you could post the free stuff on Free Cycle. Barbara's offering to Laura. Okay. Um, and Narelle says, I work from home, but go out knocking on doors, also calling random people on the phone. I received an abusive call yesterday, which rattled me, in exploring my messy desk today. Okay, so lots going on there, Narelle. Hopefully you're knocking on doors for a good reason. And notice that sometimes when you make phone calls, you may get phone calls. Note if it was for a reason, or it was on you, or is on them. Yeah. But you know what? How about this? Exploring. I like that verb. Exploring my messy desk today. What am I going to discover? What am I going to discover on my messy desk? My desk is getting better. I will share with you guys. Here's something that I feel good about today. You know how I've been talking about those shelving units in the hallway from our basement? Literally, they've been there, I think, easily 5 months, possibly 6. Not going to deny it. One of the things I realized, because my husband's time at home is going to be very at a premium literally in the next 2 months, is I realized I could start the process of getting that stuff back down into the basement. And I am telling you, the chunking it down really works. The spreading it out in order to sort it out into categories, I did that today. I realized what parts of that process that I can do effectively, and also the parts of that process I can do to make it easier for him to do the parts that only he can do. And I'm feeling really good at it. Yes, I'm in that part of the decluttering where I've mentioned to you the whole, it's going to look temporarily worse on the way to looking more permanently better. And I'm totally going to be living in that, I would say, between today and possibly like a week or more. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. But I love getting that stuff started. And it was fun to kind of see what categories we had on those shelves and to see the things that I can help with. So I'm feeling really good about that. Yeah. Okay. Yay. Must feel good to. Okay. And notice this. Laura says to Kara, and I say this to all of you, doesn't it feel good to be heard and to have hope? How good does it feel to be paid attention to? That somebody listens to you, especially when you're in pain, but just in general. We're here to listen to you, and we're here to give you hope that the things you don't like, you can change. Now, again, for those of you who probably don't know me, but I think we've got the small, cool crew here. My name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called blah, blah, blah. Destination heart, destination decluttered, destination happiness. Okay. Okay. All righty. Yeah. And Narelle, it's you. I know you're from Australia and we're in the US. Most people are nice, but sadly not all. Right here, same same thing here, hon. Most people are nice. I would like to believe most people are nice. Not all people are nice, but I choose to believe that there are more good people in the world than bad. That's what I choose to believe. All right. Now, here's a fun thing. I love how Laura Voorhees said this. I sit corrected as opposed to I stand corrected. There are a few items that went to a new home. So she's saying she's noticing. She's not feeling bad saying, I got a rock. Nobody took my stuff, right? Hey, some people took some things. I have fewer things on the curb today. So maybe one more day on the curb. I will just offer to you, Laura, I don't know what your weather's going to be like where you are. Maybe just check to see if it's going to rain tonight, or maybe bring the stuff in. I don't know. I offer this because this morning I woke up early. And remember earlier I said I have a headache? I don't really notice it now. Maybe it's gone. And I had to put the cushions away from our patio furniture, and it had already started to rain. My phone said it was supposed to rain at like 7 p.m., 7 a.m. So I was like, "Ooh, I can hang out in bed for a few minutes." And then I got up anyway, and then I was like, "Ah, crap, the rain started." So just check the weather. If you're anybody tonight, if you're leaving anything outside that you don't want wet and it's going to rain, just keep an eye on it. I was actually excited to see the rain because I think we're out of the danger zone with the crepe myrtle um, that we planted, that we watered it enough during July and August and into September that we think it will survive on its own. So, yay. Yeah, see, and actually, you're right, Laura, totally. Even this time of year where it may not rain, it gets dewy out. Yeah, but it's supposed to be nice tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. Yes, today was a perfect blue sky day, Mr. Blue Sky. I'm all about the ELO songs tonight. Um, yeah, we're supposed to have a wicked nice day tomorrow too. So notice some days aren't going to be so great, other ones will be better. Yay for that. Yay. And Laura says, I love seeing crepe myrtle as we travel south. I do too. The first time I ever saw them was when I visited my husband before as we were dating in Delaware. I had never seen a crepe myrtle tree, and I just thought they were awesome. So did he. And so for years we've wanted to plant one. And it was only now that when we had to cut down a dying maple, which was really sad, but it was just on its last legs, that we had the opportunity to plant one of our own. So it is just this beautiful, it's called Tonto Pink, really nice bright color. So excited about it. Yeah. Okay. Laura says, actually, I wouldn't mind some rain. It took 2 hours to water your gardens. Yeah. So notice sometimes you want the rain, sometimes you don't want the rain. It's always going to be a little bit of an ebb and flow. Sometimes there's too much hot, too cold. It is rarely exactly 50-50 perfect, easy squeezy. It's usually a little bit of this, a little bit of the back and forth. So I don't want it to rain. I do want it to rain. It's nice when it isn't. Now we need some rain. Oh my gosh, now we have too much and I'm starting to get mildewy. So life is like that. Life is like a Palm Springs, I'd say snow dome, surf dome, right? So very fun. Very fun. So yeah, so today was a day. Ah, yeah, my sister has one here in Mass and it's a shrub. And we had a huge one in DC. Yeah, there are some of them. I've noticed them more kind of since we've had one, but knowing that we wanted one and really noticing how tree like they can be today. Because, and here's an interesting thing for the gardeners of here, think about yourself as a plant, think about yourself as a tree. Think about how, when the conditions are right for you, you blossom and grow like Edelweiss, right? You bloom and grow, and you grow deep roots, and you spring up like a tree, and you grow deep roots, and you're strong and you're flourishing under the right conditions. I think I told you guys about this, but I remember writing something about kind of bloom where you're planted. But notice the conditions that don't allow you to flourish. And that's really what we're changing when we're decluttering. We are creating the internal, the inside, the in your house conditions for you to flourish as best you can. And if you know that where you are isn't where you want to grow roots and flourish, then perhaps you make the best of your current situation, but you look for another, I don't know what to call it, like another soil, another environment that would have you flourish more, depending upon what kind of plant you are. Okay. Good morning, McDougs, and good morning, or excuse me, good evening. Good evening. McDougs and Patty M. Good evening. Yeah, it is a good evening. It is. I will tell you, I'm feeling good simply because I've had some sleep. I've have some water to drink, and I've eaten some healthy food. I feel good about stuff I've gotten done. I'm okay with the stuff I didn't get done. And I feel good about some seeds I've planted and connections I've made and sustained with people. Yeah. Now I love this. Kara, being one of the green thumbs in our crew here, says new plants may look rough, but they are growing roots. They say plants sleep, creep, leap, and same for people sometimes. And I just got to share with you too. I love that. Maybe when you're sleeping, you're like dormant. Maybe it's not time for you to bloom where you are yet. Like one of the things I will write on my list for tomorrow, because I didn't do it today, which was to um, order the crocuses. Here's a fun thing. If you ever, this was crazy to me, just really quickly. I don't know if any of you have seen the 1958 kitschy sci-fi movie back in the day called The Blob, starring a young Stephen McQueen. The theme song to that film was actually written and performed, I guess, by Burt Bacharach. Beware of the blob, and it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, across the door, and all around the house. Beware of the blob. Plop. So I love it. It sleeps and creeps and glides and slides across. The reason I know that so much is because, humble brag here, much of that movie was filmed at our little town. And the filming of that movie here is one of the reasons why we decided to move here. Not because we were fans of the movie, but I will share with you, in that notion of blooming where you're planted, there are people who started to just run out of the movie theater screaming when they would play the blob, and they turned it into a blob fest. So every year they have a blob fest. And we were like, man, those are the kind of people we want to hang out with, you know? All right. Interesting, Kara. They say, and I'll read, they say you need to give plants 3 years. The first year they sleep, the second year they creep, and the third year, boop, they leap. Cool. I didn't know that. Very fun. But you can imagine that when you plant a plant, it's still like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And so it may be like above what you can see, may not look like much because it's assimilating to its new environment. It's all like trying to protect itself, but maybe it can relax and expand its roots and test out where it's going. So just because something's not happening on the surface doesn't mean something's happening down below, where this, under the earth, right? What you see, and kind of like a decluttered home, am I right? Of course I'm right. What you see above ground may not be a true indicator of what is going on underground. Every single one of us has been in a home that on the surface looks decluttered, but feels stressful. That don't open that door, don't open that closet, don't go in that room. Oh my goodness. So notice, just because it looks good on the surface doesn't mean that it feels good underneath. And we are here to learn how to do things in a way so it looks good, it functions well, and it feels awesome. Okay? Now, Kara's in Massachusetts, so she's got the whole leap and creep thing. Melissa Garvey says the joke in Florida is that you plant a plant and jump back because it catches so quickly. Now, Patty M says, this doesn't help, but I've learned to stay in my lane. I have a brown thumb. Oh, you have a brown thumb? I have a black thumb. I have plant blindness. One of the things that's allowed this is the thing. We have a tiny little plant near our sink. I totally forget it's there, but luckily my husband will take care of it. And I saw it today when I was cleaning out the sink, and I dribbled a little bit of water on it. It doesn't need a lot. But I get plant blindness. This is probably a good thing I didn't have children, am I right? But what has helped me remember some of these things, and I will get better at it when my husband's away because I know he won't be there, is to get on a routine. Every couple of days, I write down when I have watered the plants, and I put that list in a place where I can see it. It's right above where my tea bags are. So I look at it to say, oh, time blindness. How long has it been since I watered that plant? And writing it down has helped that plant stay alive when it's just up to me, you know? All righty. Judy is saying it's been chilly these past few nights. I need to bring my houseplants back in from the patio. Judy, I don't know. You want to go do that now? We're going to be here for another 35 minutes. If you want to do that now, feel free. Okay. You know that these are recorded and we're just kind of chatting right here. There we go. Oh, so habit tracker, time blindness. That is a new term. Patty, oh my goodness. I bet you've experienced this. So first of all, is it two terms? Habit tracker? Do you know about the habit tracker, right? Right? I hope you do. If not, I'll talk about the habit tracker, but I'm going to infer that you do know the habit tracker, right? So I just mean, okay, good. Yep. So time blindness. I'm sure there's an official thing but it basically is when you lose track of time. When you have to check to see what time it is. Okay? And hey, Leslie's driving home safely from a meeting. Love to hear you all. Okay, so time blindness is when you're doing something and time is passing, but you are somewhat unaware of it. Oftentimes, this can happen when you are getting really into a project and focusing on stuff. And hyper focus, these are like ADHD terms, but I think they're applicable to everybody. And you're not watching the clock. You're totally absorbed in what you're doing. And then you look up and an hour has passed and it doesn't feel like an hour. I have to check the day of the week. I have to be like, that's right. It's Wednesday. Okay. Then I look and I see, oh, the last time I watered that plant was, and I think it was Sunday no, it was Monday because we came home on Sunday night at like midnight. So I watered it on Monday, and so I try to water it, give it a little bit of water about every 3 days or so. That seems to work well. And so I write it down so I have a visual reminder to check on my calendar what day it is and how many days it's been. So time blindness is when you get involved with something and you're doing things and you don't realize what time it is until you look at the clock, and you can be surprised by the fact that it's 3 o'clock already. Oh my goodness, how did it get to be 3 o'clock? Now, this can be okay. This can be okay when you don't have things that have a hard and fast start and stop time. Where time blindness can bite you in the butt is when you have something you're supposed to do at a certain time. And so that's when you should be looking at your clock, not being blind, but looking at your clock and setting timers and doing things so you stop something so that you have enough time to show up on time. Does that help, Patty? I hope it does. Clutter blindness is similar. Clutter blindness is, as I said, is that you walk past something so often that you don't even see it anymore. That it is there. It has not disappeared technically, but you become oblivious to it. I think it was yesterday, or maybe it was this morning. Again, I don't know. Okie teacher said, or Lady Bandit 78, both who's the same person, said she kept on walking by. She did all these bags of clothing donations and she forgot one bag, even though it was sitting right there. It happens to all of us. Or it happens to me. It might happen to you. I don't know if it happens to everybody. I don't know everybody, but I know enough people that this happens to that it happens to a percentage of the population. And if it happens to me, it's an okay thing. All right? Yeah. Getting lost in doing something I get, but never realized it could be applied to the passing of time before paying attention to it again. You know what? You might, if it interests you, Patty, you might look and research more about time blindness. There's so many things. And I love that feeling, frankly. I love, like today, for example, I'll give you as an example, because I love having structure and flexibility. That makes my life joyful. But I also love being able to do things at my own pace and not feeling like I have a lot of hard and fast deadlines. Okay. And so today, for example, I did a bunch of things and it really didn't matter. I could get in and, like, put the barkeeper's friend on my stainless steel sink and vacuumed up some things and kind of puttered and decluttered things that I'd been long overdue. And I showered whenever. I had to mail something, but I got to the post office before it closed. I knew I had to show up at 8 o'clock today, so boom. I made sure I was setting timers. I was looking at things. That's when I was time watching time to hit that mark. But I felt very organic and natural and moving at a pace that felt good today. All right. So I love it. Planted another geranium and tidied up in the yard thanks to this live. Rock on. We got a bunch of people that are planting seeds and growing stuff. I love it. I planted some seeds for some cool stuff to happen with us today. That's what I plant. That's what I plant. And I am a green thumb at that. So I love that. And because mostly what I tend to plan is stuff that is outside of the house and travel, it's probably a good thing that I don't plant a lot of a lot of flowers. Okay? Now Laura says I discovered that I feel time better when I see a clock with hands. Yes. I bought a small one for the bathroom and put another one in the family room. Yeah, I do too. I do too, because to me, the way I learned how to tell time was on what they call an analog clock now, before just a clock. Even when I see a digital clock, it helps me to picture an analog clock in my head. All right, TT Rex X Rex. He's got a question. It better be a good one, or you know what? You're out on your ear. Okay. So, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach, and my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I hope that answers something. Um, I work with people one on one. I help you when you're struggling, and I do TikTok lives and YouTube lives. And this is an evening YouTube live. I did realize, actually, one of the things that I will do today and tomorrow I do have a few. I have a number of hard stops and starts, but I will be posting more of the lives for next week. For next week, and I write things down. Okay, so there we go. Um, there we go. Yes, respectful questions. Welcome. Yeah, and it's so funny. All right, we'll get to it. Give me the question, my dear. Okay. Um, Decluttering. It's all about noticing what you want and keeping it, noticing what you don't want, and making it easier for you to let it go. This is a thing that many people struggle with, not all, but many. And so to me, it's all about decision making. And decision making is something that uses energy, but you can build it like a muscle. And when you say to yourself, what do I want? You get better at answering that question and then knowing what to do and then knowing you can do something. This is an interesting distinction. Knowing that you can, having the confidence that you can do something to make what you want to do happen. Okay? That's different than knowing what to do. Sometimes you don't know the what or the how. What do? I don't know yet, but I do know I can do something. But that something may be a temporary mystery to you. Okay? So, for example, trusting that that there is some place for the things you don't want to go, that you can take them, or that they can be picked up, that feels good to you. Some people don't want to donate things to Goodwill. Other people don't want to donate here and there, that type of thing. All right. Um, So finding a place, finding a way to make those decisions easier for you takes less energy when you make decisions. And that kind of better gas mileage, that more fuel efficient way of making decisions can then save your energy for the things that you really want to invest your energy in. If you get really good gas mileage, then you're going to have more gas in your tank to drive down the beach, even if you're bopping around, right? So that's what's going on with me. Um, what else? Couple things. We have a we have a couple of decluttering parties coming up. One on Saturday, one on that following Monday, and one on the following Sunday. Oh, here's a funny thing. You guys, I got to check the secret page. Okay, cool. It's a Monday. Saturday the 13th, Monday the 15th, Monday the 22nd. Okay. There we go. Uh-huh. All right. All right. TTX Rex. All right. All right. I'm having rough days. Literally, like I'm struggling mentally. The problem is I was studying Russia as a med student for 2 years. All right. Hun, there's help for you. There's help for you. We may not be the right crew for you, but maybe the message you needed to hear was that if you're struggling mentally, there is help for you. Okay. I love it, Leslie, that you are signed up for Saturday. Yay. Yeah. Anybody else? We have a handful of people, and you can get your tickets to the declutter party. You can get your tickets to the declutter party up until the time that the party starts. After a certain point, I shut off the tickets because you won't get the true value of their ticket price. So the neat thing is, show you this. The earlier you buy your tickets, it is something that you can look forward to doing. You can prepare yourself for a task that you want to do. You can prepare yourself for a task you want to do, knowing that you're going to show up because you invested, as they say, which I don't really like this phrase, and I got to see where it comes from. You have some skin in the game, but you've invested an amount of money in something, and you know yourself, when you pay for something, you show up differently than when it's free. And that's one of the reasons why there is a modest cover charge, like any kind of thing. Um, and that cover charge, too, is also going to help people who are struggling more than ever now, because there are a lot of people that are struggling more than ever. And I continue to donate the proceeds from these parties to the homeless women's shelter, or the women's homeless shelter here in my town, because the majority of us who do this are women. We suffer greatly. Yeah. Okay. All righty. So TTX Rex. Okay. So I'm reading what you're saying. Um, okay. What I want to offer to you is this. If you were studying in Russia as a med student, you know that your body has a nervous system. Okay. Now, what I would offer is calming down your nervous system is a life skill. Okay. Notice how, as you are even writing what you're saying, that it is almost as if your mental chatter is ba 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 ba, like really quick. There's a lot of information. I highly recommend, and we can walk through it. All of us have done this here. So slowing down even what you say and how you say it. Breathing down into your lungs. Slowing down your exhale. I use the word down a lot because it's a good, easy word to remember to what to do. You sit down, you calm down, um, you quiet down your nervous system, you quiet down your environment, and you repeat these things, and you can get your body involved. You can use your physical body to even just put your hands on your heart. and slow down your breathing. When you do this, it switches, and maybe you learned this in med school, or maybe it's something that's researchable. When you are spinning out, that is when what we call the fight or flight brain. I know there's a fancier term for it. I bet you know this because you've studied medicine. There's a part of your brain that takes over when we are anxious, when we are overwhelmed, and it does not allow for more clear, wider thinking. So one of the things you could do when you say you don't know how to start, I would say start by regulating your nervous system, okay? Because you may literally be stuck. I don't know what to do. Even if I stay here in my home country, I just can't. I'm looking forward to apply. All of that stuff is you will benefit greatly. And I say this with love in my heart, okay? I truly do. Thank you for sharing that you're struggling. Here is something you can do about it that I can't do for you. Breathe slowly. Quiet down what I call the voice in my head that's just going on and on and on and on. Interrupt it, stop it, and then replace it with there's help out there. If I'm struggling, there is help there. And out of more times than ever, you have access to help, because the help that you would benefit from may not be what we're doing right here, but maybe this is just what you needed right now that's going to give you the next step. The internet is a wonderful place to connect with people who can help you with what you're struggling with. This may be just a stepping stone, okay? And so I offer to you that there is help for you. And all of us human beings, no matter how old you are, no matter where you are, we get overwhelmed. We get the feeling of overwhelm. And all of us right here, every single person on this YouTube Live right now can testify. They would raise their hands being, yeah, it's true. I get overwhelmed by life. I get overwhelmed with decisions. I get overwhelmed. I have done that. And I used to get wicked overwhelmed, overly overwhelmed. I don't know if English is your first language or anything. I talk with a Boston accent. So I have been easily overwhelmed in my past. And what I am sharing with you, what I am teaching you, again, to breathe down, put your hands down on your heart. Breathe down to the bottom of your lungs. Slow down your exhale. Maybe if your muscles are all tight, maybe you purposely tighten them all up and then you relax them down. You let it go. You do things to change how your body is feeling, okay? So that you feel better. And when you feel better, you will do better. All right? TTXRX. I hope that helps. All right? And I just offer to the people, my peeps. If TTXRX was a jerk, I would have muted them in a hot minute. But people who show up for help, I will give help to. That's what we're all here for. So notice how I was a little bit reticent when I only had a little bit of information. Now I have a little bit more information and know that it's not just some troll. So of course, I will show up heartfelt first. Okay? This whole past month, I've been pressed by my mom because she's scared that I'm going to be unemployed or anything like that. TTX, Rex, we're all with you. Everybody here is sending you good vibes. A couple of the things that notice this. Couple of really quick shortcuts. Fear is what's causing a lot of this spinning, talking and words and thoughts. Fear can really freak you out. Fear can affect how you think, your nervous system, and we don't make the best decisions. We can't even figure out what to do when we're fearful, right? Notice you said your mom's scared that you're going to be unemployed. You're then scared that you're going to scare your mom. What if I'm unemployed and then I've got no job and my mom and yada, yada, blah, 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 blah. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe, honestly, I just want to offer. I offer this as not a licensed medical professional or even somebody that even has taught it, but I have a certification in life coaching. They may not have that where you are, but I say to you, maybe what you could do is look up the vagus nerve, not Las Vegas. I think it's VAGUS. You might be able to find resources on other ways, in addition to what I'm saying to you, to help yourself calm down. And there is help out there for you. Okay. So please notice, and this is for everybody, fear will trigger that anxious feeling like nobody's business. So when you're feeling anxious, notice what you're afraid of and also name it, write it down. See what is causing the fear, because the opposite might be able to make you feel better. Knowing that there's something other than the fear can help you. All right. Yeah. So Dawn is saying we all need this reminder, and we do. We do. Narelle says your willingness to help anyone is wonderful. Not just anyone. Not just anyone. People who are kind and respectful and not jerky. Yeah. How to calm the vagus nerve. See what that is. And I'm joking because I was talking about Las Vegas. And I can joke and be flip about things, but the world, you're welcome. Okay. We're all with you. All right. Good help. This world can be an overwhelming place, no matter where you live. And no interruption, no apologies necessary. You were respectful and kind. But at the very beginning, I wasn't sure if you were a troll or not. Now we know you're a kind person who's struggling with something. So of course our hearts open up to you. They're still. And so, yeah. And I love it. Christine is sending you peace and internal guidance. And I just want to remind you, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. All of us on this planet could benefit from learning how to regulate your nervous system. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is something that you can research more, and you might be able to practice it yourself and see how you can make it feel better to you. And then I'm coaching people because I learned this and it helped me. Perhaps this is a way you can help other people, because my goodness, is the world, no matter where you live, it can be an overwhelming place. Okay. All right. Thank you all. And if I have any updates, I will let you know. Cool. You do that. All right. So yes, and take care of yourself. Mental health is so important. We easily say that to other people. All right. We easily say that to other people. Please make sure you are doing that yourself. Notice all the things. I want to be as authentic and genuine as I am. I don't want to be telling you what to do, and in the meantime, I'm doing something completely different. That inauthentic, what's the word I'm thinking of too? Out of alignment. I want to be clear and true in what I say is what I do, and what I do is what I say. I make sure to calm myself down. I make sure to treat my physical body okay. And some of those things can be as simple as slowing down to sip some water. Having an environment that is quiet so I can hear myself think, even when I'm noticing that what I'm thinking isn't so helpful. Because then I can write that stuff down and see the words that I tell myself that are causing my physical body to feel in a heightened sense of fear for my safety, my future, of just fear. I practice what I preach. What you see is what you get, people. And I learn this and I practice it. And sometimes I fuck up and don't do it. And I don't drink enough water and I sit for too long. I'm human. Of flesh and blood, I'm made. But I show up more often than not, more often than I ever have in my life, treating myself better. And notice what happens. I feel better, and then like a stone in a pond, it's like a positive ripple effect. I can better help other people when I have helped myself first. Not me and not you, but me and you. Okay? Yay. And Judy, I love that. Judy gets help other outside of what we do here. I talk with a mental health therapist weekly to help with anxiety. And you're saying I help so much too. Awesome. I would like to think we all do our part. Now, one of the parts that I like is Kara just said, because it makes me go, hot shower, nightgown on, snuggled in bed with kitties, and getting ready to watch trash TV. Love Island. Shh, don't tell anybody. Your secret is safe with me. It's funny because I have heard of Love Island, but I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't. And I don't say that to be like snooty. I just got out of the habit and now I just watch TikTok instead. Um, what was it? Cougar Island, MILF Island, something like that, which was on 30 Rock. That's all I can think of. Okay. All righty. So life can be overwhelming. Life can be overwhelming. Life can be good. Life can be overwhelming. When you learn to appreciate the times when it's not overwhelming, you crave that feeling and you want more of it. And then when you start to feel the overwhelm come on, you can notice it further in the distance and maybe stop it before it even gets worse. Yeah. So notice the sneaky signs. Okay. Notice the clouds. If you, let's say that overwhelm is a rainstorm. On a sunny day, you can be pretty confident that there's no rain, but when a rain is coming, there are signs. What are the signs that you feel prior to the actual full blown rainstorm of anxiety? What are the telltale signs for you and your thoughts and your body feeling and actions that could indicate that a storm is coming? The sooner you recognize those telltale signs, the sooner you can bring your cushions in so they don't get wet on the patio. If there are clouds in the sky, that could be a clue. If I start to feel my shoulders creeping up, if my heart starts to beat quickly, if I'm starting to tense up, maybe I'm hyperventilating or breathing shallowly. Okay? And we're all just trying to get through life with more love and less hate, with more love and less fear. We're all making this stuff up. We're all learning as we go. Okay? Yeah. And TTX Rex, Judy is offering if you want to sign up for my page. So I show up on YouTube lives at different times of the day, but there's a schedule to it. So if you want to show up again here, or if you happen to be on excuse me, yeah, on TikTok, YouTube, my coaching is called Destination Decluttered. You'll see it probably on my YouTube channel right here, Destination Decluttered. There's like a link thing there, and there's a way to sign up for my mailing list. Okay. There's a way to sign up for my mailing list, and it's at destinationdecluttered.com. There's a little field at the bottom. Just put your email address in there, and then you get access to a page that shows you the schedule of when I do show up live. And I'm pretty good at that. Beth's my idol now. Go on. Go on. I appreciate that. But you know what? I bet you're pretty okay yourself. All right. Yeah. And writing down stuff is a big deal too. Is writing down, getting the words out of your head to be able to seriously look at what you're afraid of. I am afraid I will be unemployed. Okay. Note that. I am afraid I am disappointing my mother. Fears, when you look at them, aren't as scary. When you ignore them, they become bigger. Okay? I love it. Jackie from this morning. Yes. Hi. Hi, Jackie. We're here for another 6 minutes or so, and then I will sign off. And I love it. Jackie says I wrote down all the stuff down from this morning. Now, TTX Rex, just one other thing, just because you're here. You may notice, I'm gonna just check it right now. I already have it up, but so my YouTube channel where you found me, there are literally right now 800 videos that I've done of these lives that I do, kind of like it's kind of like free coaching, but they're usually a lot more kind of flip, kind of lighthearted and stuff like that. But there's serious stuff. There's always heart in it. Okay. Yeah. Jackie, we got 6 minutes. You didn't miss anything, hun. And this is so don't worry. You haven't missed anything. Well, I mean, you've missed stuff, but in the grand scheme of things, you're okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, Destination decluttered, signing up for the mailing list gets you the schedule, but also know that if you ever want to just kind of listen to this type of talk, it's a little bit more silly sometimes. And if you're from another country, you may not get. And I'm of an age where I do a lot of pop culture references. Yeah, there we go. I love it. Priceless coaching at a bargain, free. I love these lives. Yeah. Oh, right. Jackie says, didn't get a storage lock cut, but dealt with mail. Every good. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All righty. I just got your thing. So yes, you are on the list. You should be getting a what do you call it? You should be getting a an automatic email that gets triggered by your submission that gives you the link to the secret page. I call it the secret page because it's hidden from the regular internet. And on that secret page, if you scroll down to the lower half of it, you'll see the schedule of the next time I'm in. Now, I'm in the eastern part of the United States, so it's Eastern whatever time. I can never remember standard or whatever. Eastern time. So adjust your clock accordingly. Okay. And yay, welcome. Welcome. See, welcome to the club. See, you're a member of the club now. Yeah, and we do have so many good people here. We do. Now, I love it, Jackie, that you went through the mail. Dealing with the mail is a big deal. Everybody here will attest. Okay? Yeah. I hope to do a declutter party with you when I get sleep. Figure to get up early enough. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff, people. Good stuff. Yeah, and I love it. Narelle says American culture is pretty widespread. I assume most of the references. Yeah. Thank you. See, great minds think alike, my dear. Okay. Um, I don't know what else we got going on tomorrow. Let's look for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. What day is today? Okay, see, I'm gonna update this. I will be updating it because I realized I need to remove Monday and Tuesday and now Wednesday. Again, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, and see, Jackie, isn't it fun that you can see the happiness sign on YouTube? This is the benefit because I can't do a TikTok live sideways. It would look wonky. But really, this is the destination we're looking for. It's not just having your house look good. Destination is feeling good. And happiness is a nice word to think about it. Happiness is two kinds of ice cream, right? And it's always there. It's just it gets cut off. So I've been trying to. I just even noticed that. I noticed it's been there. That sign has been there for years, and only recently, when I was coaching or talking to one of my lives, maybe when you saw the recording, I was like, "Oh, you guys, we're really aiming for this." Okay, there we go. I love it. Sue says today was heavy for her. My heart goes out to you. Scheduling this on my calendar helped me stay on track, and I'm ready for tomorrow. I love it. I love it. Okay. I will share this with you. We've only got about 2 minutes live here, but I'm feeling pretty not wired, but not tired. Okay. You are part of my great awakening. Ah. Jackie, speaking of awakening, remember earlier today you said you didn't get some good sleep? Do some things today. Do some things tonight to make sure you get better sleep tonight, okay? Kara took a hot shower. She's in some comfy clothes. She's snuggled up. She's going to have fun. I'm going to sign off momentarily, but what I will do is I'm going to spend some time after this and I'm going to update the live schedule into next week. So you guys are the first to know to check that, okay? So yeah. And notice what accountability and flexibility. Notice how it can be to have something scheduled to look forward to. Okay, yeah, Narelle says destination happiness with wonderful co-travelers because we're all on a road trip, right? And yeah, thank you for being here. It helped keep me accountable. And I looked forward to checking in with y'all. So I offer to you tomorrow is, my God, tomorrow's already Thursday. Time she flies. There's a noon TikTok tomorrow and a 1 p.m. YouTube. So it's going to be a back to back. Okay. So notice that. Look at your own schedule. If you can make it, great. Write it on your calendar. And if you can't make it, no big deal. They're all recorded. All right. And yes, yep. Notice Patty says again, I have to point out things I've done because I take it for granted too. Don't take yourself for granted. Don't let anybody either. Patty, write it down in your book so you can say to your husband, check out what I did today. Okay. Stacy Babbage, winding down. Yeah. Time blindness. Hubby blind. Hubby doesn't even realize how much you did, huh? Alrighty. Thank you, TTX Rex, for being a kind person and being a contributing person as opposed to a troll. There's always that fear that somebody's going to be a troll. Thank you for being a good person. We're happy to have you here. And there we go. All right. We've hit 9 o'clock. Actually, we're 9:01. So I'm going to sign off now. You all rock. And I look forward to hanging out with you again. Okay. See you later. Bye.